Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen. I've got something amazing for you guys, okay? So when you go to a steakhouse, what do you usually order with your steak? A baked potato, right? A loaded baked potato. Okay, but when you at home and you have your steak, or you go to your friend's house and they're serving steak, what are you missing? That loaded baked potato. Now, if you ever thought about making loaded baked potatoes and bringing it to like a potluck or a family gathering, you know it's a hassle. You've got to get the potatoes and you've got to wash them, you've got to put them in foil, you've got to bake them, you've got to get the sour cream, the cheese, the chives, and everything else, and you got to put it all together, and you got, something very heavy to carry around, and then you're hoping that people will actually grab this and you're not going home with a bunch of stuff. But unfortunately, most of the time you are. You're going home with the baked potato because no one wants to put that stuff together. All right, so on the 4th of July, I got creative and I decided to take some diced potatoes and I put it into a baking dish, threw it in my smoker, and I made a loaded baked potato casserole. This was to die for. As soon as I set it down, people were grabbing that thing and there was nothing left. Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy as I show you how to make an amazing baked potato casserole. So what's some of the stuff you need? Well, the first thing you got to do is cook some bacon. Now, I cooked it up, I saved the bacon fat, and I put it into the baking dish right here, okay? Now, if you want, you can go ahead and do everything raw. It's up to you. I've done it both ways. So you can take the bacon, just make sure you cut it up really, really small, and then mix it up with the potatoes, throw it in there, so that way the bacon and the potatoes are cooking together. In this case, I just, cooked the bacon and I diced it up really, really small. I'm gonna set that off to the side. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take about 1 pound of red potatoes, leaving the skin on, and we're gonna dump that into the dish, okay? Now, what you're also gonna do is we're gonna mix this up. We're not gonna add any salt. We're gonna add a little bit of black pepper. Reason why we're not adding salt is because the bacon, even though it's low sodium, has a lot of salt in it. You don't want your dish to become too salty. I've got some cheese up, I'm gonna put off to the side. We're gonna put that on there later. You can do some green onions or you can do some chives. We got some sour cream. I've also got some organic black beans. That's because my wife likes organic black beans right now. So we do also add that on as a finish. I'll show you that one further on in the video. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up, add a little bit of black pepper, and get that into the smoker. We are gonna go ahead and cover this with some aluminum foil because we do want the potato to kind of cook and steam into the bacon fat, maybe about 45 minutes, and then we'll bring you back for the next step. All right, so right now I just got done mixing it with the black pepper and the bacon. Now we're just gonna go ahead and put the foil in. Me personally, I don't care whether it be, shiny side up, shiny side down. I really never ever notice a difference. So we're just gonna go ahead and put it like that, and we're gonna go ahead and throw that into the smoker. It's been about an hour. We're gonna go ahead and open the lid here. In the meantime, I did add some burgers and some chicken to the grill. We're gonna go ahead and pull this out real quick. We're gonna use a little puller here and I pull this out just a little bit, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take this foil off. Now be careful, it is really hot, okay? Put it off to the side. What we're looking for is to make sure that the potatoes are nice and soft. Gonna give them a little bit of a stir here. And yeah, they're really super soft. Okay, now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add 1 can of black beans that I did strain and washed them. We're just gonna add that in there, okay? And give it a nice good stir, okay? And again, the black beans, that's optional. And if you want, you can add, I guess, a can of chili, really make a loaded baked potato here. So again, we got the potatoes in here with the bacon grease, we got the black beans. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go back into the kitchen. We're gonna grab the cheese because now I wanna add the shredded cheese on top of this, and we're gonna let that melt. Once it's melted, that's when we're gonna go ahead and add dollops of some sour cream. So let's go ahead and push this back in real quick. Close that up. I'll be right back. All right, I just got back from the kitchen here. This is shredded cheese here. This was actually cold smoked before. It's about 6 months old, and it's cheddar, so we're just gonna go ahead and add it. You can use any type of cheese you want to use, and in my opinion, the more the merrier. So we're just gonna go ahead and really take this cheese on there, spread it out. This is actually cold smoked cheddar cheese. We're gonna give it a nice, good layer. Okay, there we go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and close this up, and we're gonna let that cheese melt. Give it about maybe 20 minutes or so, 25, 20, somewhere around there. I like 20, so we're just gonna give it 20 minutes. We're gonna push this back in, close that lid, and we're gonna give it 20 minutes. All right, guys, the cheese has now been melted. The last step I do is I took about 8 ounces of sour cream and about a half a stick of butter, melted it in the microwave, and I put it in one of these bottles here. We're gonna go ahead and drizzle this, okay, across your casserole, okay? And just spread it on there. Now, if you want, you have a lot of it, that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna use all of it. But then what you want to do is let that sit there for a little bit. Come over here and grab your container of some chives. Again, green onions work just fine. Chives are awesome. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and sprinkle that on top of it. Okay. Now, if you need to, it is a little on the windy side. Pull your grill out a little bit. And just add your green onions or your chives. Let that sit there for a little bit. And we'd like to add a lot of it. So just go ahead and add that in there. And I think this container is pretty much empty. It wasn't a new container. But add to your liking. Go ahead and throw it back into the smoker just a little bit. And then at this case, what I like to do is I like to shut down the grill and then let it kind of sit in there for a little bit, because when you're shutting down the grill, in my opinion, it seems to increase a little bit of the smokiness, and it's going to enhance the flavor to that. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, well, there you go. That's how you can make a quick, simple, and easy loaded baked potato casserole, okay? A lot easier, if you ask me, versus taking the actual whole potato and put that in the oven. Then you've got to bring the sour cream, the chives, the cheese, and everything else to the party, and then everybody's got to assemble it. Nah, man, this is quick, simple, easy, and I guarantee you there will be no leftovers. So if you plan on leftovers, you better make a different dish and keep that at home. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe button, comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.